everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are returning, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. I'm missing something. 1 second. That's it. Wouldn't be a floss tube if I didn't miss something. If you are seeing me for the first time, please do hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy what you see today, please do give me a thumbs up. It all helps and it gets me visible, spreading the arts of cross stitch in the YouTube community and hopefully beyond. So this is my weekly roundup of the cross stitching I've done over the last 7 days, and I've done quite a lot. And I think it's because I've got a piece that's close to a finish and I just want to work on it. I've actually done 12,274 stitches over 8 projects, 7 of which I can show you, 1 of which is a model stitch and I can't show you that. But we'll clear that out first. So model stitching, I did 1,760 stitches. But I have worked on 7 other projects that I can share with you. And yeah, I'm super happy, and I'm going to give you an update on my annual total. I've got a bit of haul to show you and a partridge in a pear tree. Just me and Andy and the cat here today. Lauren has started college. Can I hear her? Woohoo! Woohoo! She's no longer freeloading, sat at the side of me on the sofa watching rubbish on telly.
Yeah, but what Nikki's not telling you is it's only 3 days a week.
It is only 3 days a week, but we're taking advantage of every day that she's in college. Now, as much as I love her, I think she needed to be out and doing something, because, you know, she was just literally sitting on the sofa all day watching it, you know, rubbish on the telly. You know, she likes to WW whatever wrestling thing, and then there's some Irish YouTuber that literally shouts at his computer and she thinks that's great
You mean Jacksepticeye?
Jacksepticeye, thank you. So it's nice that she's got out, and today is the 1st of September. It's chucking it down. It has been raining on and off all day. She's out of college, Hannah's out at work, but Hannah's been in and out because she's only sort of gone for her afternoon shift. She's been in and out this morning. So the one day that she can actually go out there and do something, it's chucking it down. But there we go. Anyway, on with the stitching. So what have I worked on this week? So first one that you will have seen on A Stitch With Me is this one. This is Pandora. Artwork is by Marta Dalig and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So this one, I am working it all of the colour first and the black last, because the lion's share of this pattern is in black, more than half of it. I think it's 246,000 stitches and 140 of them are black, 140,000. So I'm completing it page by page, every other colour than the black. It's had 1,000 stitches, 1.78 to 2.19%. And as you can see here, I've done lots of filling in. This is her face. This is her eye. Let me just see if I can put them side by side. Oh, come on, pattern keeper, you can do it. Right. So, yeah, you can see there the eye that's in the middle. This one is there. Now the face looks a very angry red, what you're seeing in the stitching there, but I had that with Avarice. Avarice's face looked like a really angry red, but by the time I'd finished stitching it, it wasn't. It was beautiful. So I'm trusting the process. That was just my clips. I'm trusting the process and seeing from there. 1.78 to 2.19%, 1,000 stitches. This was out on an ASMR Stitch With Me. And I did have a comment that it wasn't very ASMR. It was a nice stitch with me, but just not very ASMR. Well, yeah, this is a 25 count Lugana. It's a full work there. And I'm working at 1/1 full cross. Now with Lugana, because it's such a beautiful soft fabric, and using the right size needle, there aren't many stitching noises, I'm afraid. So I'm really sorry that the ASMR wasn't quite as ASMR as we would have liked. but you know, at least we got an opportunity to see Pandora out and getting some stitches. So that's that. Okay, so next one, oh, email. Okay. Next one that I've worked on, I just put a small amount of work in on this piece. This is Night Cafe. It's Leonid Afremov Heaven and Earth Design. Supersize max colour. 991,000 and some stitches. I've just put in 500 stitches on this one. I did another 500. And it has gone from 10.6 to 10.65%, so very little. And I just added in 500 stitches on the diagonal, so not an awful lot. This is 2/1 tent stitch on some 25 count fabric. But yeah, supersized max colour, it's my biggest piece. But yeah, another 500 stitches. Progress is progress. It's supposed to be in spare stitch Saturdays, but at the minute it's spare stitches when I can get spare stitches. Because doing the model stitching things, sometimes that's the cat. Sometimes that takes over my Saturdays. So I would like to get it to 12% by the end of the year. I really ought to get on with it if that's, you know, what I'm going to do. So next one I've worked on is a paper chart, which is why I had to nip off, and it's this one. This is Ice Dragon, designed by Nadezhda Gavrilenkova. Artist is Tatiana Verkovskaya, and this was kitted up by Sarah up at Paine Free Crafts.
Try saying those names when you've had a few.
I know. So this one was part of my Pleasure or Pain monthly sale. I'm going to take it out of this frame actually so I can show you because it's going away. My Pleasure or Pain sale in my Simply Stitcher and Friends Facebook group. I added on this week another 1,014 stitches, so it's had about 2,000 stitches over the month. It had some rotation stitches, but of course I did do my sampler as well. So the sampler was the pleasure part and this one was the pain. And it's simply because it's a paper pattern, that's all. So I am now more than 3 pages done. So it's on 27 count black even weave. So 2 pages here, and then this page is full or finished, and then we've started on the next one. So that's the bottom left side, and as you can see I've got a bit of top to do, but I'm not 100% sure if I've spaced this very well, so I might be very, very close to the edge. I'm hoping I'll be okay, but we'll have to see. Might be a bit squeaky time. So there we go. So let me just put that there and there. That's that one. 1,014 stitches. No, what do you call it? Percentage, because it's not on Pattern Keeper. So until it's completed, I won't be able to tell you how many stitches. So the next piece that I've worked on was also out on a stitch with me, but this one was my chatty one, and it was this piece. This is London, Night Orange London, and it's a Sophie Kilpatrick, charted and kitted by Geckorouge. Ice Dragon 2/1 on 27 count black even weave. Don't know if I said that. I know it's a 27 count, but I don't know what. It's a Monday. Anyway, yeah, so Sophie Kilpatrick, this one, Chart and Kit, Geckorouge. One of the earliest new starts that I did this year. So this piece, as usual, for its rotation, has had 1,000 stitches, and it's stitched 1/1 full cross on some 25 count. And I have filled in quite a lot in this building, and I've been working on some more of the background sky. So there we go, 1,000 stitches, 6.94 to 7.76%. So I am happy enough with how that one's coming along, and it's not going to be too many miles and we will be at the edge. So that's my next thing, is to get this one to the edge. Then I'll start working, you know, and filling in the rest, however it happens. Not quite sure yet. Pieces tell me how to stitch them. So that's that one. Okay. Sorry, zip. Okay, so the next one that I've worked on was, guess again, another Geckorouge. And it is this one. This is Summer Sun, and it's by Leslie D. Mackenzie. Again, chart and kit, Geckorouge. So this one will be part of my September monthly sale in my Simply Stitching Friends Facebook group. It will have 100 stitches a day, because the theme is sunflower and summer sun.
Not that we have much of that anymore.
Well, no, it's a gloomy September morning. So in rotation it's had 1,000 stitches, 5.38 to 6.27%. It's 1/1 full cross on 25 count. And I worked in the rest of this row, started on this row, did a bit more of this green for the first trees. But I think when I start working on this month and putting in 100 stitches a day, it's gonna see some good progress. So 100 stitches a day in September, where there's 30 days, 3,000 extra stitches will be going into Summer Sun. It's my choice to do 100 stitches a day, and if you are joining in on my stitch along, you do as many or as few as you like. If it's a strand or 200 or whatever, you do you. So there we go. Model stitching we've talked about. Then I've got two pieces which are kind of running in tandem. So the first one is my focus for a finish, which is Christmas Cat. So again, it's a Gecko. Hi Cat, are you back? Again, it's a Geckorouge piece. This was a freebie that came out, and I'd already got the Witchy Cat, and I saw this, so I'm like, I want that. So I nabbed it. It's no longer available. But this one has been my focus for a finish for the last couple of months. So it's Tuesdays this goes out. If you tune in on Wednesday on my live stream, 7:30 p.m. UK time, you will be in time to see this piece finished. I have now got less than 400 stitches to go. This week it has had 4,000 stitches, and it's gone from 87.25 to 98.84%. And it's stitched 1/1 full cross on 25 count. So all of the snowflakes are in, all of the tail is done. You can't see it because it's under the nerge. And all I've got left is to finish off the red in her scarf, and then the rest of her sweet little face. So this one will be stitched to a finish on Wednesday night's live stream. So yeah, that is our Christmas Cat. And in tandem with the Christmas Cat, because I got it to the 400 stitches to go on Friday, I want to say. I had a model stitch that I was doing on Saturday, but it meant that I could also focus on the next focus for a finish, which just so happened to be my Sunday stitch. And it's the Witchy Cat. So the companion, or where I'm putting now, is a companion piece. So the Witchy Cat is slightly more stitches, about 5,000 more, so just shy of 40,000 stitches. So this is now my new focus for a finish. So whenever I get spare stitches, apart from spare stitch Saturdays, I will be putting them in on this one. At the minute, according to Stitch Pal, after yesterday, is slated for an October finish, an early October finish. But I want to get that down if I can, you know me. So on Sunday it had 2,000 stitches. It's gone from 8.5 to 13.51 and it's stitched 1/1 full cross on 25 count. So as you can see, I did a little bit of filling in on the body, but I did make a start on the moon. And I think that this moon is going to be the bane of my life. The moon itself, it looks yellow on the mock-up, but it's not. It's brown, it's orange, it's yellow, it's dark red, it's brown, it's blacks, you know, it's a lot of different colours and a fair bit of confetti. So the way I'm tackling it is I'm doing a bit of moon, a bit of cat, a bit of moon, a bit of cat, and like the Christmas cat, I will end up with the face, and it will be finished on a live. So yeah, so that's had 2,000 stitches, but it's slated, I think, for about the 4th or 5th of October, but we're going to try and get that down. So that's all the stitching. And of course, like I said, we had the model stitch as well. So 12,274 stitches. So let's talk about my stitching year. So I am aiming to get 500,000 stitches in this year. As it stands at the moment, the year to date, up until the end of the 31st of August, so the end of Sunday, because my weeks run from Monday to Sunday, I have done 343,695 stitches so far this year. My aim was to get to 332,547. So it's predicting that I will get to 500,000 on the 17th of December. So it gives me some stitchy days in the bank. I've got a few bits coming up. It's mine and Andy's wedding anniversary at the end of this month, and I've got some time off in November. So whether or not I will stitch on all of those days, or I will stitch a reduced amount, who knows. So I am still definitely on track to get my 500,000. What else? Haul. Let's have a look at haul. So Stitchy Pfeiffer, our lovely Kay, is very naughty. She posted in our Simply Stitcher and Friends Facebook group that Tilton Crafts had released some Lord of the Rings charts. Fabulous. I like Lord of the Rings. Anybody that knows me knows I like the Lord of the Rings. There were 4 on offer. There was Sauron. There was Bilbo and Gandalf. Or Gandalf visits Bilbo, meets Bilbo, whatever it's called, can't remember. There was the Argonath, and there was Gandalf himself. So out of those, I opted for 2. And I have gone 4. These are not big charts either. So the first one is the Argonath. And again, like the Balrog, I've been looking for a decent cross-stitch chart of the Argonath. And I found this one. Well, I've seen this one. And it had like there was a 25% off voucher. And these are limited as well. So I've managed to snag myself another limited edition. So the Argonath is 67,500 stitches. So again, not massive. Okay. So I'm quite happy about that. The second one is a little bit bigger and it's quite dark, so you may not see it very well. Of course, this is Gandalf the Grey, and it's just fabulous. I loved it. So this one is a little bit bigger. It looks like it's in Rivendell. 93,750 stitches. Now these 2 are not going to be added to my wheel as yet. I will allow the next pick once my Witcher Cat is done, and then I'll add them onto the wheel, because I want to get the ones that are on there, give them a fair chance of getting picked. So there we go. Okay. So I've had a shout out this week, and that is from the Buckeye Stitcher. She's a relatively new floss tuber, and apparently I've inspired her to take cross stitching back up. happy to be of service. But do pop along and go and show her some support. I will leave a link in the description box below. Okay, so what else have I got happening this week? So I'm just refer to my list. So tell you what I've got coming up on the channel this week. So there will be a Stitch with me with music, and that will be Rivendell, my Stitching Masterpieces chart. Then there will be a Stitch with me with chat, and Envy gets a spin in our chatty Stitch with me this week. Van Gogh Never Met the Fellowship will be out for some rotation stitches, and my Sunday stitch is Magpie, my Lorna Laine piece. I'll try and get some extra stitches in this week, but I think my stitching time may just be a little bit limited. I'll get to that in a moment. Spare Stitch Saturday, I should try and have night cafe out. I have to think, many moments. And on my Wednesday live stream, it will be a finish of Christmas Cat. Witchy Cat will, of course, as well get some extra stitches where possible. So my stitching time may very well be limited. I have entered She Sleeps into our local show. So on Friday, I will be taking She Sleeps ready to be exhibited. And on Saturday, the judging takes place. And on Sunday, I have to go and collect her. So I'm very nervous about it because I've taken that piece and I'm assured that there's good security and all the rest of it, but still, you kind of, it's like it's my baby. But there we go. So She Sleeps is going into a show. So Friday night, I should be taking it up straight after work. Saturday, obviously it's the judging on Saturday. I may go up to the show on Saturday, I don't know. And then on Sunday, and I have to be at the show in the afternoon. So yeah, it's quite exciting times. But we'll see how much we get done this week. I also got my ducks in a row, and I organised my stitches spreadsheet into projects from the most stitches to the least. So I've got like now a running order. So now, just by loading up my spreadsheet, I can see what's the next focus for a finish. Offhand, I thought it was bee after Witchy Cat's done, but it's actually not. Unicorn after Witchy Cat. So I already know what my next focus for a finish will be. Other news, so life update. Lauren, like I said, is in college. Woohoo! Hannah is still obviously working. Andy is still here and bodging in and out, doing his thing. Me and Lauren went to weight loss last week. She had a good loss again, 3.5 pounds, which has been good because she's been a bit same in the last few weeks. But I had another small gain, but my head's not in it at the moment. I really kind of need to get myself, back into it. I don't want to gain back the weight that I've lost, let's put it that way. And I'll do everything I can not to. I think that's about everything. So we've talked about what's coming up. Oh yes, Simply Stitch and Friends Facebook group. I have opened I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm just going to go through it again. I have opened the September Stitch Along. The prompt is Sunflower September. So any way that you can make that prompt work. So something yellow, sun, flower, doesn't matter how tenuous the link. I really don't mind. But sunflower is a symbol for mental health awareness. And there are also a couple of free downloads in the group, which Lone, who is a random stitcher, has very kindly provided for us. Their work of hers. So, if you do want to join the group, there's a couple of joining questions to prevent bots and things. So it'd be fabulous if you could join and answer the questions, and then do get stuck in. It's quite a nice, lively group. There's lots of stuff going on in there. We enable each other all the time. We have the live stream threads, we have the stitch alongs, and all kinds of stuff. If people have got stitchy questions, they put them in the group. And I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. Do you think there's anything else? Did I miss anything? No? Okay. So I'm going to go and I'm going to have the other half of my meal break because I'm on dinner from work. As ever, when I'm filming these videos, I am on my meal break. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching. It is so much appreciated. Please do like the video, and if you're not subscribed and you're watching this and you're not subscribed, it is free. Please do press the subscribe button and click on the drop down and select all for notifications. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. 3 videos are coming up on the screen in a moment. If you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. I will release my floss tubes every Tuesday. I stitch with me on a Thursday and a Saturday, and I live stream at 7:30 p.m. UK time on Sundays and Wednesdays. So joining me for those, it would be really, really fabulous. But thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Do take care. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.